Welcome to Makers International, a podcast of makers, connecting with makers from all around the world. Here's your hosts, Jamie Page, Chris Cute, and now, Richard Morley.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good times, whatever time it is, and wherever you are listening. Joined with me, as always, Mr. Chris Cute.
What's up?
And we still haven't managed to get rid of him, Jamie Page.
How y'all doing?
But that's okay. We can just about put up with you for another week, Jamie, because here to restore balance, hopefully, with us this evening for at least tonight, and hopefully all of it, fingers crossed, it is Claire Burgess from Claire's Crafty Corner. Hi, Claire. How are you?
Hiya. Hello. I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Hope you're all good.
Good. Well, fingers crossed it will be another good evening tonight. I will be back with you in just 1 second. I'll just run through a few of our normal kind of housekeeping, husbandry type stuff, or Chris will turn me off. So I better also just very quickly say a big hello to our normal regular Sunday night crew here on the live stream. We've got Dale from Maple Tree Studios, Wayne the Wood Turner, Andy from H Bespoke, Andy Pugh, obviously, because we'll have loads of questions for you, no doubt, Claire. Cat's in the chat, Hippie Noodle, so I better watch what I say. David Woodbar, and I did notice we've got some kind of newbies, not newbies, but people I don't recognise at least. So I don't know if you've brought them with you, Claire. We got Wendy's World, Rebel Yell 187, Karam Sands in, and so from Make It So. I'm sure there's others, but the list it was a really busy chat before the show kind of kicked off live. So
we have Mum Dragon. We have Mum Dragon here tonight.
Mum Dragon.
Oh, excellent.
And Dad Dragon.
Dad Dragon. Awesome. Nice to see you.
Hi, guys.
Fantastic. Also, Chris, if it's all right with you this week, I'm going to do a little plug for our sponsors at the beginning of the show again, just to kind of mix it up so that people don't just hear them and disappear off when we do them at the end. And they are very quickly, because hopefully after 4 years I've got these rattled off by Pat, but don't, because I do mess it up on a fairly regular basis. So bear with and just compose myself very quickly. They are our show sponsors. So there's Glyn over at Yorkshire Grit, the Wood Turner's Abrasive Paste, our good friend Chad at Man Crafting, Pam from Highland Boxes, and also Steve Harneal at Harneal Meadow, who's kind of the silent partner because he sorts out all our internet, despite what Jamie will have you understand. If you want to find out more about our sponsors, then head on over to our website, makersinternationalpodcast.com/sponsors. I think I got it right that time.
I think you did.
Pressure's off. So excellent. Jamie, don't we have some giveaway stuff to do whilst we're talking about sponsors?
No, I decided I'm keeping it all.
Cool. Okay then. So moving swiftly.
Yeah, we do. We do have a giveaway.
From last week.
From last week, that's right. So obviously it's all finished. So I'm going to give you all a little bit of a treat and make it part of Jamie's page.
Oh God.
And do it early. So the podcast sponsors giveaway. We're going to announce the winner right now. And the winner will receive one custom Makers International tumbler, compliments of Chad from Man Crafting. Some hybrid blanks, compliments of Pam from Highland Boxes.
Yay.
One tub of Yorkshire Grit Original, compliments of Glyn Senior.
Yay.
And a Yorkshire Grit original cap, which is the black one. Also compliments of Glyn Senior.
Just to butt in and really change the subject here for a second, because we'll lose it otherwise. Chris is sitting there going, yay. And does anyone remember Bagpuss?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Marvelous mechanical mouse organ. And they come on and go,
Not really.
yay. Sorry.
He's not listening to a firework display in it.
Oh.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Chris.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. You too, man.
Right, so overall we had 156 entries into the giveaway, and the winner at entry number 66 was
It wasn't Andy Pugh, was it?
It wasn't. surprisingly enough. I think it's about time he didn't win something from the giveaway. Was from South Benfleet was CDA wood turning, which I believe is Dan.
Nice, yes.
So I'll contact Dan and get his address and send it out to everybody and get all his stuff out to him.
So Dan, if you're not here, Jamie's keeping it.
What I also get,
And he's just said in the chat he didn't even bother entering.
Good. So what I'm also going to do now is we're going to be doing another giveaway over on Instagram. I'm about to post it right now. And what you can win there is a tub of Yorkshire Grit microfine, and you can win a white Yorkshire Grit baseball cap. So yeah, I'm going to post that over there right now during the podcast. And that ends Saturday midnight Eastern time, and we will reveal the winner on live on the show next week.
Awesome.
So that will be next Sunday. So I'm going to go and post that right now.
Awesome.
I actually don't have any microfine Yorkshire Grit. I can't enter, can I?
You haven't even got Instagram.
Well, I do, but I don't. I have an Instagram account. I have over 573 something followers on Instagram, and I have a total of one post.
And I think Jamie made that on your behalf.
No, that was from 2 years ago at the first Maker Central. I made that post 2 years ago. Haven't been on that platform.
Actually,
that's it. It's got one post on it, and it's Maker Central related.
Even you, though, well, despite the fact that you'd be disqualified because you're, part of the podcast and all that, but even you could enter that, Chris. It literally is that easy to enter Jamie's Instagram giveaway. All you got to do is click on the thing on the post and follow the page, and then just tag one of your mates in a comment. Simple as that. And then I think you can also comment again and tag someone else as well.
And you can get extra entries by making an extra comment and tagging extra friends.
Looks like Jamie's doing it now.
Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate it.
Super simple. Do you use Yorkshire Grit at all, Claire? Because you turned, don't you? You've got a lathe. Jamie got you.
Yeah. So Glyn actually gave me some. I've got the normal one and the microfine from Glyn.
Oh well, aren't we?
There we go.
Thanks, Glyn.
It's up there right now.
Awesome.
There we go.
Okay.
Our viewers now just completely drop off as everyone dives off to Instagram. Your phone's going to blow up later.
Yeah, I was saying that to Chris earlier.
Bless you. So, what do you think of it? Have you used it yet, or Claire? Sorry, Jamie butted in. I'll just kick him out of the way.
I did use it at JP's house. I haven't used it on my lathe. I haven't opened my lathe yet. Sorry.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, because I managed to catch a load of the Beard 16s when he came and visited your workshop, and I was actually looking. I mean, I didn't manage to see the whole lot because it was. I think we were either going out or we just got home, and I didn't manage to see it all. But I was thinking, how are you going to get a lathe in there? It looks fairly.
I'm not. So we're getting our garden. We're getting our garden done. Our garden at the moment is it's a mess. But obviously, I want it in a shed. I want it safe in an outbuilding. But I could get a shed right now, but there's no point because the garden's a tip. So once the garden's done, I'll get a shed. We've got some gardeners coming next. Well, we've got some landscape companies coming next Saturday to sort us out. Have a look.
Is it literally a tip? I mean, or is it just you? It's
a jungle.
That's fine. Because see, I from America, I just recognize the British lingo. A tip normally being like a garbage place. It's like it's not really a tip, though, is it? No, okay.
No, it's just a jungle.
Okay, all right.
So just to explain to you, Chris, because I'm assuming all our other American
Makers International. Anyway, good.
So the inference is, a tip being, because tips, garbage dumps are kind of messy places, aren't they?
Yeah, that's
the inference. When you say it is a tip, then
it's messy. Place. It's messy. It's just weeds. It's full of weeds. That's all.
It's full of weed. Yeah, like
Full of weed.
We're drying it out next week and smoking.
We're having a new shed put in, you know. Sorry, Claire. Sorry. I'm not suggesting for one moment or condoning or judging or really even. We'll change the subject. So, in your garden, you're basically having it
Just
all
kidding.
redone. Whereabouts in the UK are you from? You sound like you're sort of down south, sort of easterly direction.
I'm from originally Tottenham in North London.
That's North London.
Originally, but I moved to East London when I was 6.
Right. So are you still in London, or are you?
No.
Right.
So now we live in Essex. We just moved out 4 years ago.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
okay. So I mean I know a bit of North London, kind of Swiss Cottage area. I don't really know the East End very much. So, but whereabouts were you in the sort of the East End of London?
Oh, how long have you got?
Briefly, very briefly.
So, let's say Stratford. We'll say Stratford, but I've lived lots of places. But yeah.
Right. Ironically, Stratford being at the end of the Northern Line, I seem to recall. Is Stratford on the? Or is it on the Central Line?
That's the Central Line by the Olympic Park. Yeah.
Right, gotcha. That's the red.
Like lots. You
red line.
You weren't homeless, were you? I mean, you said you lived all over, and that you know.
Yeah, so I wasn't ever homeless for that long. No, I wasn't homeless. So my my parents used to run pubs. So from the age of 6
Jamie,
up until I was 20, and I moved out.
Right, so is that because you were moving from pub to pub?
Pub to pub to pub to pub.
Gotcha. So instead of doing it over like a Saturday or a Friday night, you did it over the course of about 14 years. I mean, that's
from 5.5 up until I was about 19. Yeah.
Well, that's some pretty hardcore drinking. Chris would be proud of you for that.
Yeah, explains a lot.
Actually,
I was teetotal up until about 4 years ago.
I am going to start watching.
Teetotal until she was about 3.
I'm going to start watching her channel and model her figure, and then pray to it every night. But Jamie, you this is a private discussion, so forgive me for a moment. Jamie, you were right about Essex. Anyway, so we'll just leave.
I've lost you guys. Hold on.
No,
your picture's frozen, but your audio is not too bad. So we'll work through that. So if you were working in, living and presumably working sort of like child labour for your parents, no doubt, because that doesn't happen. But a friend of mine in Cambridge, where I grew up, he was from a Southern Irish family, and his dad and his mum owned a pub in Cambridge, really nice. It was a free house, and then it went to Greene King. But he was very similar. He'd work in as soon as he was 18, he'd officially work behind the bar. But he'd help out behind, and he'd change barrels, and pick up empty glasses and all that sort of stuff. So because it's a family environment, isn't it?
Yeah, so, very much. Yeah.
So where? No, you give that to the local, the kind of regulars dogs. So how did you make the sort of either the transition or the link from working in the pub environment as a kid?
Yeah.
Or no, not necessarily working in the pub, but living in that pub environment to doing what you're doing now and making and all that stuff. Because a lot of people that we've had on the show previously, they have always made stuff from being kids, or their parents made things. But in the pub environment, presumably your folks didn't have a huge amount of free time, because that takes up a lot of time, is running a pub.
No, yeah.
So where's that link?
I guess. Well, my dad still is an artist. He's a painter, and I think not much free time, I guess, but we always used to do stuff. We always used to have art supplies and do lots of drawing, and he always used to push us to be as creative as possible and all of that. But the pub used to shut at 3 o'clock on Sundays before it went all day, and then we always used to go out, maybe Epping Forest or somewhere like that, and just sit and paint.
Take a proper day off, basically. Right.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, and what sort of even as a child, you were kind of. It sounds like you were exposed to and encouraged in the art / crafts sort of side of things. Because I don't necessarily see you as a woodworker. I see it more of in that sort of artistry side of the end of the spectrum, for want of a better.
She's a crafter. And
I am a hobbyist.
Like a Jill of all trades.
Because crafting honestly encompasses all sorts of things. It's not, woodworker. Crafting can be wood, it can be metal, it can be glass, it can be fabric, it can be all of those things. So it's kind of a really cool world.
But that's exactly what I meant. It's that broader spectrum rather than being a very finely defined, woodworker or that particular whatever channel. You do loads of different. I mean, you've got the silicone molds that you were making the other day, and the resin casting, and all those kind of things that just aren't necessarily from one specific field. They can go, just those individual things can go in all directions, can't they?
Yeah, literally. When I set up my YouTube channel, I just liked so many different things, and I couldn't ever see myself just doing one thing because I just get bored.
Well,
overnight,
Claire,
I'm bored.
I was going to say this because I've been following your channel for a bit now, and I have to say, and this, if I'm incorrect with my assumption here, then you let me know, okay? But my assumption is you really get into one thing and then do a lot with it, and then you drop it, and then you pick up
and then drop it,
and then you pick up another thing and run with that. I mean, I think it's absolutely awesome because that keeps everything fresh and fun. Okay, I'm not wrong then.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay, cool.
There's some things I've picked up that I really love, and I know I'll go back. Like needle, I love needle felting and all of that. Resin, I feel like if I had to choose one thing for the rest of my life, it would be resin, 100%. Yeah. But everything else, I'm like, oh no, I tried it, don't like it. Moving on.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, where did you come up with the name Claire's Crafty Corner?
Right. Yeah. So I put out a poll on my Facebook back 2 years ago, and I basically asked people what I should call it. And most people were like, don't be silly, why are you doing YouTube? But actually, it was my friend Mara. She's an artist. She's such an amazing artist. I can't even really draw. I'm not a very good drawer. But yeah, her name's Mara, and she's just brilliant. And she was just like, how about Claire's Crafty Corner? So I was like, yeah, that works. And all credit to Mara. Yeah.
There you go. Mara.
Does Mara have a channel or any social media?
Mara has got an Instagram, and it's Mara Does Art.
Mara Does Art.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, and she loves foxes. She draws a lot of foxes and just really lovely pencil drawings and pen drawings, and she's great.
Richard.
Okay.
We can't hear you now, brother. You muted yourself.
Firstly, I knew Mara was on Instagram.
Oh,
is she there?
So is that your claim for fame today?
That's my one thing, because normally people come on here and I haven't got a clue. I'm literally clueless. But I did actually. I was going to say the friend Mara being on Instagram because she shared your story. I think it was, and
she shared
her story, and I was like, oh, who's that? And then I went and did the little Instagram hop and found her channel. So has she been like a big inspiration for you to do the YouTube, or did you just go, actually, you know what, I'm going to do YouTube, and then she found out about it, or which came first, the channel or the Mara?
Mara was always there, and then I created my channel, and then she definitely was pushing me. So out of all my friends, she's the one that she always shares my work, shares my videos. She's just, she's great. So she did inspire me.
And
go ahead, Richard.
I was just going to ask you. You've had in some of your comments, I noticed, been getting a little bit of stick about when are you two going to do a collab? Is that on the cards, or
who? Sorry,
I was looking at one of your videos, and in the comments, a couple of people were saying about when are you and Mara going to do a collab together? I think it was which one was it? Might have been one of your seasonal Christmas or Halloween videos, but there were some comments in there about you two doing a collab together.
Oh, I don't know. Mara doesn't know. I think it's a different Mara.
Oh, okay. I might have gone completely off on a total tangent there. Then I do apologise.
Yeah, there's a few people I want to collab with that I'm gonna definitely do that with. But yeah.
Are you happy to say who, or we can do some blatant name dropping and begging if
so. Name dropping, like my BFF Sophie.
Yes, there you go. Way to go, Soph.
Yeah, Soph and me we're talking about doing a collab. We just don't know what, because Sophie is talented beyond me, way beyond me, and her art is mind blowing. So I don't know what we could possibly collab on, but we'll collab.
I think you two should get together. Like Soph goes to your workshop, you go to Soph's workshop, you do something to make it central. That would be awesome.
Glue gun fight. Glue gun fight.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Glue guns at dawn.
Yeah.
Whoever gets stuck first is the loser. I love it. Anyway, hey, I've got some questions from our inquisitive one, and we normally hit these at the beginning of the show, but it seems appropriate to jump in now and ask you some questions from the folks that have decided to be
from Andy Pugh.
Yeah, and Andy is our consistent question asker, and so you know what, I got to give him some love for that. So I'm going to ask him now. So Claire, brace yourself. Andy said he would be interested to know when and how Claire found this maker community, and and what it currently means to be a part of it, if anything. And you don't have to suck up to Andy and say, "Oh, Andy, it means the world to me, and I would just die tomorrow if it stopped." I mean, just within reason. Let's be realistic here. His question is, once again, how you found the maker community, what it means to you.
Okay, yeah, it was actually the most random afternoon, because I was talking to the first person I ever met was a man called Ross at Undecided Customs, and he was doing a lot of metal work, and I was loving the roses. He was making these roses, so we got talking, and then he saw my resin disaster, and he said, "Can't you save it?" I was like, "No." So he said, "Send it to somebody called Rich, the Beard times 16. Contact this guy I know called Rich, and he might be able to do something with it." So I randomly messaged this guy, and I was like, "Hi, sorry, you don't know me, but I've got this block of resin that's exploded. I don't want to throw it. Can you use it?" He was like, "Yeah, send it over." And that was it. I just got introduced to everybody, and then JP and Rich have just really supported me and introduced me to everybody.
Awesome. All right, second question, and then we'll let this go.
Sorry for the essay.
No, it wasn't at all. I think that's an awesome story. That's an awesome story. I love that. Have you had a project go badly wrong? What was it, and what did you do to fix it, or did you not bother?
Yeah, I've had a couple of things go wrong recently, and that's just resin. That one I sent to Rich was just, I made some stupid mistakes, and then it just basically exploded. I don't know what I did. It fell apart. It blew holes throughout the whole piece. And the other one, I don't even know if I want to admit this on air, but when I poured my resin, I usually go over with a lighter to get rid of the air bubbles. But I'd already poured the alcohol ink. Oh,
geez. Caught fire, did it?
And I know the science. I'm very aware of the science. I did science at school. I know alcohol is flammable, right? But I didn't. I'm just pouring the ink. And I just thought, I didn't think. I was like, oh, the bubbles. I forgot the bubbles. So I just and the whole thing just went up. I swore a little bit, but I won't swear on here.
No, that's fine. No, you can swear all you want in here. That's why we
it was fine. I didn't burn the house down. It's fine.
Well, I guess the follow up to that he's asking would be: were you able to salvage that, or was that just
no?
Okay, I didn't. I was kind of guessing there. I didn't think so either.
Just to kind of take that almost down and into a slightly deeper level, Claire, what's sort of your mentality when it comes to failed projects or projects that aren't going the way that you might have planned or hoped? I mean, sometimes they are just completely not worth salvaging, but do you put them aside and revisit them, or do you just cut your losses and start again, or how do you kind of deal with that internally? Because I get horrendously frustrated, and I keep every little scrap if I could possibly think it's salvageable, but not everyone does that.
I think mentally, if something goes wrong, the way I react is I don't care. Like I don't get I don't beat myself up. I don't get internally stressed or nah. I just don't care. If it goes wrong to the point where it's not salvageable, I will bin it. But most of my videos have got something wrong with them.
Well, I mean, we've all done something that hasn't. Well, we've all probably done everything that's never gone exactly to plan. But So in the sort of that resin example, would you be right? That's it. I'm bored of resin now. I'm moving on to metalworking, or do you now I've got to go get more resin and
try again? Definitely. With resin, it's try again, because I'm still learning. With other things, if I wasn't really actually feeling it anyway, I won't bother. I usually still put the video out. If it didn't come out how I expected, I generally do still put the video out. Because I filmed it and that's time.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, that is completely then wasted. At least if you've got a video to show for it, and actually people like watching those sort of fail videos because you can learn more from it sometimes.
Yes,
another.
Claire, I've got a question for you. And you've got your channel's done extremely well. I mean, you're doing very well. But on the off chance that somebody who's listening or watching us today isn't familiar with your channel, and let's just say you're walking through the supermarket and you get into a conversation with somebody and they find out you do YouTube, how would you explain what you do on YouTube to that person who has no clue? Because it may help the people who are listening to understand who you are.
I think I'd just say it's just a complete mixture of DIYs, crafty projects, and that's pretty much all I can sum it up as, really. I wondered what that was.
It looked like a lizard. I'm sorry. For people who are on SoundCloud, my cat just jumped up into the picture and walked across, and all you could see was her back, and she looked like an alligator. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry. Claire, I'm sorry. So please go on.
It's fine. That's it. I started the channel really with in my head. I was thinking a few crafty projects, but then mostly home decoration DIYs. Everything up until Christmas, everything I made on my channel was for me, for my house, for me. I've never been I don't ever want to just bang them out, like bang, 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 like Valentine's. I don't do Valentine's, and I'm not going to do Valentine's because I don't do Valentine's. So I don't want to be a general crafter who's just like, right, it's Valentine's, I need to get the Valentine's videos out, bang, 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 bang. Does that make sense?
Well, knowing that you're going to probably bin it or throw it in the trash. You know,
what am I going to do with it?
Yeah, because you're not going to do anything with it. So I'll do it for the video, but then I'm throwing it away. I mean, that makes no sense.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I agree with you.
That's always something that's sort of baffled me, because you see videos turn up on YouTube and they're using materials that, if you watch that channel with any real frequency, they are using the same materials that are sort of left over from projects or very similar dimensions to start with and finished pieces from kind of 3 or 4 videos ago, and people basically recycling it. Make it this week I'm making a really big thing, and next week I'm making something slightly smaller as I take it apart and cut it up into something, and then you end up with a matchbox. So just that to me seems like a waste, because you're not building it for the thing.
Now, you know what I do, and Claire, you have to forgive me.
I'm sawdust in resin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the woodworking realm here, because Richard, what I do with that kind of stuff is, though, I hang on to scrap wood, and I'm a miser. And Claire, I don't know if you are too about your crafting supplies. If you have a bit of this, material, or a bit of this, you go, I know I could use that in the future, and you hang on to it. That's the kind of way I am, because I'm not stupid about it. I mean, I don't hang on to little pieces of wood because I think they're lovely. I buy, but I mean, if I have sizable pieces left over, I will hang on to them, and then I will make something from those, but it's not going to be the week after. It'll be after I have accumulated enough in order to create a new project from what I have accumulated. I mean, does that make sense? Do you understand that, Richard?
I do that.
Certainly, but I don't see the point of making a thing for the sake of making the thing. I mean,
exactly.
I get the principle of making things for the sake of it, but I don't see the point in making something when I know from the start I'm going to use that to make something else, and then down the chain. If that
there's only one caveat I would do with that, is that if you have an idea and you are doing a how-to, or you're thinking you might have knowledge that's useful to somebody else, even though that you personally don't need it, but you know how to do this, it might be helpful to somebody else. I will do that.
Yeah.
I will do a, look, I've got this over here. I'm going to show you how to do something that you may not be familiar with, that I have a little bit of knowledge about, and then I'll put it out there as a video, as nothing more than a learning tool. And then, yes, I will probably take that piece and it will end up in the trash can after the video is done. But I mean, after I've taught, job done, right? So I mean, that's kind of the point. Depends on the point of view you take.
There is an element of that. I just felt that it wasn't financially viable for me to just do generic craft. If you look at any crafty channel, they are all doing exactly the same thing at the same time of year. I love Christmas and Halloween, so I will go all in at Christmas and Halloween. I love it. But then everyone else does spring decor, summer decor, Valentine's decor. I'm not no.
Yeah,
no.
I hear you.
Yeah, I can't do it. I work 9 to 5 as well, so I'm tired most of the time.
No, that leads to my next question. What do you do for a living? I mean, what's your day job, Claire? What do you do?
I'm an autism well, I'm going to say autism advisor. My role is a lot longer, but yeah, I basically work with children for the local education authority, working with children with autism.
That's awesome.
And I go into different schools and go into homes and deliver training on autism awareness and all of that. Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
that's fantastic. Good for you.
That sounds it's like it's slightly more skewed to training people who teach children or people with autism rather than actual being the teacher yourself, and that's not in any way skewed with some kind of bias, because that's arguably more important, because otherwise you just got teachers that don't know what they're teaching or how to. So, but is that right in thinking that you don't necessarily do direct with frontline, but you're supporting further back?
I advise and support the support workers and the teachers, and the families.
So how do you get into a role like that then? Was that something that you studied or wanted to do? Or was it just
I am a nursery nurse. My qualification is called a nursery nurse. So I did, when I was about 20, I did an NNEB, which is the name of the course, which just stands for nursery nursing. And then I could have become a nanny or work in a hospital or work in schools. So I chose schools because I get the holidays.
Nothing wrong with that.
You just upset Richard.
No, no, not at all. I'm not going to get on my teacher box. I'll stay off. Don't worry. But no. Something like that just blows my mind, because, like, to me, small screaming kids, and then get 30 of them, stick them all in the same room. That's 30 times much. Wow. Wow.
That's awesome.
And
That is
I only
just
work
awesome.
with babies as well, so from 3 up till 4.5. So
Well, you know,
So at
that's
least you can put them down after lunch for 45 minutes or so. Another.
yeah,
Well, you know-
I go in. I go in and I give advice. I leave.
But you know what? You're doing good. And I mean, you can put your head on the pillow
Yeah.
tonight thinking that you made a difference. I mean, because if you're doing, I mean, that's admirable. It really is. Admirable profession. Good for you.
Thank you. I do love it. I've been there 14 years, so I love it.
It's awesome.
And actually,
Wow.
this is maybe something that you could potentially look at if your channel blows up and like even more. And
Oh, I'd
something
quit
like-
tomorrow.
So, well, I was thinking, you know, say for example,
I'd leave.
you cast the molds for the tea light holders, didn't you?
Yes.
Say
yes, yes.
your video, your tea light video goes absolutely mad. You could, you know, basically you could have these 30 kids in a classroom making you tea light holders. Then you go around the whole of Essex and you've got like an entire empire of tea light holders. And you could palm them off to the parents.
Could do.
There you go.
Retirement plan. That's what.
That's
Yeah.
retirement plan. Yeah, retirement.
Your child
Make
had
the
a hand in
make
this.
the
You want
parents buy them. Your kid
child-
made this. Buy it.
it. Your
See,
child
the
had a hand in this, and they cost 20 quid.
Well,
You want
and give me the money. Yeah.
Exactly.
You can see the headline now, can't you? Essex teacher jailed for sweatshop scandal.
So, yeah.
Is
Oh my
Claire
God.
frozen, or is she just upset with you?
No, that's it. I'm gone now.
Oh no, there she is. She's back.
She's good.
I think
I've lost you. Have you back? Am I back? Am I moving?
No,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
moving.
You're
We'll
alive and
br-
well and breathing.
We'll
in
brush
Essex.
over that. It's probably a good thing that you froze just then, Claire.
Claire, constant questions coming up. Are you going to Maker Central this year?
Yes,
com-
I am.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm
Yay.
on both days. Yeah, I'm going both days.
Awesome. So everybody who
Yes.
wants to know, you can meet Claire at Maker Central this year. Which,
Yeah.
in case you just came out from under the rock that you've been living under for the past 3 years, is going to be held in Birmingham at the NEC. So yeah,
Yep.
you can meet Claire there, and she will be hanging out.
Are
with
you
Yeah.
are you going to be hanging out on any stalls specifically, or are you just going as a visitor?
Oh no, I'm going as a visitor. Yeah. I'll probably have a go at a couple of crafts and then go and say hello to a few people. Yeah, I'm excited to meet everybody actually.
It's the best way to do it, Claire. Trust me. I went to the
Yeah.
first one. I went as a visitor, wasn't involved in anything, so I wasn't tied down. And I got to meet and see a lot of people, except Dave the Wood
Yeah.
Barber, who I ignored apparently. But it's
Yeah.
Well, I did
Yeah.
go last year. I was there last year, but I didn't know anybody. I just heard of it about 3 months before I booked my ticket. I thought that'd be nice. I'll go along. So I was there before ever meeting anybody. So I just walked around.
Richard,
fun.
Jamie, did you meet Claire last year, or
I didn't know them.
no.
I didn't know anybody.
No, didn't know. No.
did you
That-
see the
no.
Make with Makers booth that they were working at?
No. So actually, I knew.
We got snubbed. Whatever.
There's a guy. There's a guy called Alan at Woodcraft Creations, and he was the guy that first taught me how to use a lathe, and it was him that I met at Maker Central. So, yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
that was it. I
Yeah.
didn't know anyone else.
No,
So, Dan, Mr. CDA Woodturn, is out in the chat.
Hey, Dan.
So, yeah, well done, Dan.
well,
you won the giveaway.
congratulations, Dan. Congratulations
Yay.
on winning.
I will be in touch. So, yeah.
Who do you actually want to meet at Maker Central? Who's on your kind of list? Oh, obviously, Soph's going to be probably top of the list. But is there anyone specifically that you're going to go and try and track down?
Yeah, in a non-stalker way, I want to
Yeah.
meet Vicky.
Vicky, the carpenter's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really want to meet her. She's so lovely. And yeah, I've met a few of you guys already, but mostly the guys that we all talk to, like yourself, Wayne, Yeah, there's no big YouTube. I know there's a lot of big YouTubers that are going to be there, but I'm not that familiar with them, and I will be by June. But yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few, but yeah.
So you're not particularly starstruck.
Not really. I get starstruck by Dolly Parton, and that's it. Just Dolly Parton.
And I think
wait. I take it all back. Dolly Parton.
Yeah,
Dolly Parton. Oh,
yeah.
God. All right, Claire. I mean, all right. Is
he gonna block me?
No. That's pass number one. You've got two more, and then you're out. I'm sorry. And it's not that I don't like Dolly. It's just I don't get it, and I'm sorry. It's fine. Let's move on. I don't want to spend this time talking about Dolly Parton and Dollywood.
I love her. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Yeah. Not saying anything.
I think she's going to leave.
Not saying a word. I'm just not a big country music. I'm not a big country music fan.
My connection's dropping. Is that me?
Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. No,
right.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. Don't be sorry. It's because you mentioned Dolly Parton. The internet just crashed. It's
you crashed the internet.
You killed it by mentioning her, and it's not that she's.
Oh no! Don't.
Is
okay. So before Chris properly goes off on one, because
I will too. Yeah, you're right.
Chris Music, and I think he might have known Dolly's original agent or been in some kind of
maybe
connection there. Where do you kind of see your channel going? And I don't mean in a kind of a crystal ball philosophical way. I mean, which direction do you want to? Who do you want to push towards in terms of a viewership? Does that even make sense? Am I being clear? I might just be babbling on as usual.
Yeah, no, I've never. I'll be honest.
Who do you want to push?
Oh, sorry. My other laptop's just popped on. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I don't ever really. I appreciate the numbers. I appreciate 13,000. I really, really do. But I'm not searching. I'm not seeking for 50 or 100,000, because if you look at my subscriber numbers and my view levels, there's never a correlation, right? So I just don't think about the numbers. I think, yeah, it's lovely to have 13,000, but they're not watching. Really mean so
no,
I don't think so.
That's why I said sort of where do you want to take it, and which direction do you want to kind of head towards? Because it's your channel. So
here's an answer for you, Claire, and just say this. Just say it's wherever I freaking want it to go, and I don't care.
Basically. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to do that as well. Just to go, do you know what? Today I'm doing a bowl on my lathe that I finally got out of the box. Or, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do this.
Because it's a hobby for me. If I put pressure on myself, I feel like I'll stop enjoying it. And there has been times where, there's one video on my YouTube that's done really, really well. It's my best video. And some of the comments were coming in, in the space of a week, I had about 10 negative comments. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to do this anymore. I can't be bothered. It's too much ag. But actually, I stopped caring. I do care. That's the thing. I do care and I appreciate it. But I stopped beating myself up about what other people might think and just be more myself and just enjoy it. Yeah.
I don't know whose conversation it was that we had about this. And I don't know if it was us together or not, but you've got to expect that, because here's the deal. Yeah. When you're putting out videos and you're getting 500 to 700 views per video, you're getting a lot of love from those people. And then there might be every now and then one comment that goes, that sucked, or, just something that was rude. Okay. But when you go from getting 500 to 700 views on a video, and then you go up to 160,000 to 200,000, that one little comment gets expounded exponentially according to the mass that has seen the video. So you've got to understand that is still
is that my signal?
that is just that one little comment. So just ignore it. You've got 160,000 people enjoying this video, and you got 20 people pissing on you. You know what? The 20 people can just go to, HE double toothpicks and feel good about yourself. Don't beat yourself up about that, because it just happens. It just happens. It happens everywhere.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Sorry, it just froze on me there. I thought that was it. It was over.
No, that's it.
As long as you can still hear what's going on, there's still at least that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Is there any is there any crafts that you want to try that you haven't done yet?
So I want to try. I am going to try some lino printing.
Right. Okay.
I've just got a kit.
Linoleum.
It's like linoleum. Yeah, you just carve out your design, and then you print it with ink, and then print it onto another surface. So I'm going to try that. I've got a kit. And obviously pyrography I've wanted to try for a while, and Rich's wife Cheryl went through a few steps with me. There's loads I want to try. I'd love to try silk screen printing. Oh, there's loads. Yeah.
And the fact that you've sort of styled your channel on a whole, craft banner rather than resin casting or wood turning or something very finite, very specific. You can literally take it wherever, and that was sort of where I was heading with where might we go, because I was actually trying to get like maybe a sneak preview of the things that no doubt you've got in your head that I'd quite like to try this, that and the other. I was hoping that might be dragged out, but you fobbed me off. But whatever.
No. I sometimes do think because my subscribers don't know what to expect every time I put out a video. It's apart from lately it's been resin, but mostly they're like, oh, what's she going to do next? And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's what I'm doing, so I'm not going to change. I can't change for that, I would be happy with 500 views per video for the rest of my life if I can just do what I want.
You literally can.
And you literally can. Because it's not if you're in the same mindset that I am, it's not about the views, it's not about your subscribers, it's about, because when you're making those videos, I'm assuming you're just having fun. I'm doing this. It's kind of strange. I mean, it's a little different, but I'm having a little bit of fun here. And so as long as it remains fun, I'll do it. When it stops becoming fun.
Completely.
Yeah, when it stops becoming fun, I'm not going to do it. I mean, that's just the way that. Hey, you know what? And I get that people want to be successful. There are people out there driving. I want to become the next star. I want to make a living off of YouTube. I'm just not in that vein. I'm not saying that's wrong for them. God bless them. God love you. I hope you do get to where you want to be, but just not really where I'm at. That's all. Yeah. Yeah.
I think if my channel, which it won't, but if it blew up tomorrow and I suddenly got 300,000 subscribers, then I'd be like, wow, what do I do now? But I'd still have to just carry on having fun, because I can't put pressure on I don't want to put pressure on myself to
kind of
be something I'm not.
Yeah, kind of defeats the purpose. I hear you.
Yeah. Our good friend Mr. Joe Whittaker says, do what you're passionate about and you can't lose.
Exactly, Joe. Why aren't you I agree. Joe, why aren't you on the podcast anymore? Oh, never mind. Okay.
So we can rock up at 10:15.
It's good. It's probably because they're just about to end, and he wants to give the evil eye of Joe. You know what I mean?
If we didn't love Joe as much as we did, I would never ask that question. But anytime you're ready to hop back in the chair, Joe, we're ready for you. Come on,
save us, Joe. Save us,
please do. Oh my God, I've been dealing with these two for how long?
Awesome. Well, I've just realised we've only got about 10 minutes left, and about no doubt a bazillion questions still left for Claire, and I had some in here as well that were actually no. Chris asked two of them, and I asked one. So not really. What are you planning on doing? And you've done the resin cast of your tea lights, haven't you? So that was my question. I've just answered that as well. So we talked briefly about inspirations of you who you got on YouTube. So then you dropped So Stain, which is completely understandable. Who do you watch on YouTube? Is there anyone specifically that you kind of want to share some love for, or highlight, maybe something that we've all seen or something that nobody's likely to have seen that you want to just kind of put your little spotlight onto?
Yeah, I actually have a little group. There's a little group of us, and we all do collabs together, and we're all quite close. We're in a group chat, but there are a couple of ladies. There's Lisa down in. Is this my shout out?
If you want it to be,
then
no, it's separate. No, that's separate. That's separate. So yeah, Lisa in Australia. Her channel's called Live It Like Lisa, and she's the crafter. We're identical. We are actually identical. We do the same kind of thing, but she's just hilarious, and she does more than me. She does vlogs and all these planning videos and all of that. I love her to pieces. And then in New York, one of my favorite, I love him. I love him. And his name is Mike. And I shouted him out on my Crafty Invasion. And his channel is Mike Life. And I just adore him. Yeah, he's in New York. I love him. We talk all the time.
Claire, let me ask you a question.
I watch their videos religiously.
Claire, you have a significant other, right?
Yeah.
Does he know about Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah, he does.
I don't judge. I'm just, anyway, go ahead.
Don't go there, Chris. Don't break up a happy home.
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
Leave it alone. Leaving it alone.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I've already invited Mike over to London. We're going to tour, and yeah, he's going to come and stay with us.
Is your better half watching right now?
With us. I mean all of us.
I'll show him pictures of Essex first.
Claire, is your better half watching right now?
He is, yeah. He loves Mike.
All right, great. Well, dude, just keep something handy to restrain that man, if you don't mind. All right, cool. No, that's fine. I totally get it. I just happen to be one of those jealous people. Anyway.
Oh, he's not. He's not jealous at all.
Oh, so he doesn't give a crap. Okay, good.
I've got two more questions.
Oh, don't say that. He does. Bad.
I'll have her if you want. I'll get her later.
It's all right. We love you.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, nothing but love. I don't know who you are, but I love you already. I'm sorry, Claire. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm not sorry, actually. But
when the podcast finally has its day, it's going to be something that Chris has said, I suspect.
Most likely.
Interesting, actually, that you talk about the vlogging and the planning with those videos, and this could potentially sound rude, and it's not that. It's going to be if it sounds rude to somebody, it's because they've got a cynical mind. Do you do lots of planning for your videos, or do you just like, no, today I'm casting, bam, straight in, or okay,
Yeah, I don't plan. I've never had like scheduled uploads, because when I started YouTube, they were like, you need 3-4 videos a week, you need scheduled uploads, you need to let your subscribers know when you're putting videos out. And I was like, I can't do that because I work. And I don't know how I'm going to feel at the end of each day. If I've had a bad day, or if I'm just drained, I can't come home and think about filming. So I never set that for myself. If I have a school holiday, you'll see a lot more videos come in because I've got time. Mostly it's just once a week. Lately it's twice a week because of the resin. It's easy just to go upstairs and quickly film a resin video. But no, I've never planned. I plan as in, next week I'm going to do this. But I know some YouTubers have a whole year. Everything is laid out. Everything, and I don't even pick my clothes up off the floor. I've got to do that first before I think about, like, I can't.
Perfect analogy.
That's not how I live.
Perfect. analogy.
I mean, like when you say with the resin, obviously, you can't just go, right, I'm going to cast some resin. You set my camera and you go, I haven't got any resin. So there's a sort of certain amount of planning. Like I've got to get the stuff that I'm going to use. But
absolutely,
that was sort of what I meant. I mean, I don't really plan. I have a list of things that I want to do, the kind of like my wish list of stuff. And I have a list of things that I know I have to do in order to put the video out, like shoot the video and edit the video and upload the video, those kind of things. That's my planning side. But it was interesting that you kind of touched on that fairly specific thing in terms of someone else's sorts of videos. And the other thing I was going to ask was the vlogging. Was that something that potentially you might...
see,
or is that
wanted to vlog. So vlog, I love watching vlogs, love it. But I like watching down to earth, normal life vlogs. I don't like watching vlogs where they're flying off here and spending £1,000 in Primark. They don't appeal to me. But like Lisa in Australia, she's so like me. I think we're just normal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it's got to be relatable,
like watching
isn't it?
Normal. Yeah. That's the word, relatable. I don't even really like the word normal, but relatable. I like watching.
In Poundland.
That's me. How to get the best out of £5. But I like watching vlogs. I would have loved to have done vlogs, and I still think I can in the future. But it hasn't happened yet. I've done one or two shopping videos at Christmas and Halloween, but no, I haven't done any vlogs yet, but I would like to.
Do you think that's something that is likely to happen? Because I mean, there's a difference between I'd like to do this and I think I might do that. And is there a real danger of us seeing? I don't mean danger like danger.
Danger.
Is that
Robinson,
potentially
danger.
Quite likely, or maybe not likely? I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, where might we be for? I want to try and drag something out for the listeners.
I would say 8, 9 out of 10. Yeah, I would love to do a vlog maybe once every couple of months, not even monthly. But everyone knows what their view. I don't know what videos are going to do well and what videos aren't going to do well. But every now and again, one video will go massive. Some people do a lot of shopping videos and then they'll do a personal vlog and they don't get any views because no one's interested in that.
Yeah, it's kind of where I've been, because I started out and I don't know if it was really a vlog. I started out, my vlog, the way I interpret vlog, is a video that I put out that doesn't show me making anything. That to me is a vlog, because I'm not really doing what most people tune into me to see. So I've always tried to incorporate something that was actually making related and actually have a bit of video there to show people along the way, because that was the topic of my discussion that I wanted to have that week. And I don't, hey, you know what? And it's just possible that I suck, but those videos never get any views. I personally, for me, now for you, because you have an incredible personality, it may actually work for you. But for me, it just doesn't. It's just not something that people want to go, let's hear Chris talk for 8 minutes. No, it's like,
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean. That's kind of the same for a lot of people. Like when it comes to like the Maker Central vlogs that everyone was putting out, not a lot of people got decent views on them.
Yeah, it's because it's not what they plug in to watch. But I'm not that precious, as in I'm going to do a video in the next month or two, completely and utterly unrelated to anything or anyone. And that is, I'm going to be doing a chat about really randomly organ donation because of what my friend is going through and what she's been through. She's asked if we can maybe talk about how important it is. And I'm not precious enough. I'm not precious about my channel to be like, oh, well, that won't really fit in with... I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. When can we do it? Give us a date. Let's do it. Because I'm not uncomfortable about stepping out a bit. If I get 100 views, then that's 100 views of people that are going to think about.
And maybe one person actually acts on it. And that, if you know what, that happens, then job done.
Exactly, right? So that's what I'm thinking.
In that situation, you have a platform. literally to stand on
Exactly.
and shout from. So
Yes.
why not? Why wouldn't you?
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Guys, we are running out of time, and I apologize, but Claire, it has been wonderful having you on, but we'll save
Thank you so much. I've had fun.
Oh, we'll save the goodbyes because we have some shout outs to do. Jamie, you already did your Jamie's Page. So do you, Mr. Page, have any shout outs?
Yes, I do. My shout out goes to James's Man Cave. He put out a video and he made an adjustable wrench, but he done it out of nothing but wood. And it actually works as well. So there's a video on how he made it. So
That's
and
impressive.
just a warning for everybody. Yes, he does use a scroll saw in it.
Oh,
So,
I was going to watch that too. Anyway, no, I'll still watch it. I'll still watch it.
Can I just dive in here and make a kind of a supplement to Jamie's scroll saw comment? I've kind of had not an epiphany. That sounds far too serious and deep. But Andy over at AH Bespoke posted on his Instagram that he'd done a scroll saw project. I think he mentioned in the chat last week that he was doing some scroll sawing, and we made some kind of derogatory comment. He posted the picture, and it was freaking awesome. It was kind of like a baby Yoda meets Skeletor kind of pop vinyl.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Blooming awesome. And I looked at it, and I kid you not, I looked at that and thought, oh, do you know what? I'd like to do something that looks kind of cool. And it sort of got me going. And the fact that he posted that about 5 minutes after I just finished watching Dale do his kind of freaky, outlandish, overboard.
That's who designed the pattern.
Yeah, to that kind of got me like, do you know what? That might be worth getting over myself and the whole I hate scroll sawing to do that. Just nothing more, just that.
It's not getting over yourself. Richard, do you have a shout out?
I do. I've got an honourable mention that just popped in my head that I have to say. Firstly, my shout out goes to Paul Wilmore over at Create to Make. He did an awesome review, a really in-depth, quite a decent length, about 40-minute long review of his Bosch table saw. And I picked up on that one because if you watched my last video, I'm kind of betwixt emotions on my table saw at the moment. So I'm sort of putting my toe in the table saw genre. And so that was an awesome video. But also, I've got a big thank you as kind of an honourable mention to Jamie Reeder over at the Custom Cave. He helped me out massively with some Photoshop / Illustrator issues. And as a result of that, the guy's really nice and he's really skilled when it comes to that kind of computery type stuff as well. So thanks, Jamie. If you ever listen to this, which you probably won't because, we're quite boring. But thank you. Massive thanks to him. Awesome. All right. Well, Claire, we're not ignoring you. We're just saving you for the last. Fine. You're our guest. You're our guest, so you should have the last word here today. So I will give you mine. Mine is a YouTube channel that just started a little over a week ago. And it's brand new. It's got 2 videos on it, but you may understand why I'm giving it a shout out here in a second, because the name of the channel, and write this down, if any of you own a bandsaw, write this down. This is a channel you want to subscribe to. The name of the channel is called Bandsaw Life. Are you guys familiar with a gentleman named Alex Snodgrass?
Yes.
Alex Snodgrass is basically a bandsaw guru. Now, whether you subscribe to this gentleman's channel to be entertained or to be instructed doesn't matter to me. But if you have a bandsaw, and if anything ever goes awry with your bandsaw, go to that man's channel and he will tell you what is wrong with it. So, I mean, for your own, if it's just one of those kind of DIY resource channels that you want to put up there, do it, because the man is incredible. So a lot of people may know Alex from the woodworking shows that travel around America at this time of year, and he currently just left Springfield. He's heading to another place now, but with the shows. But he does a bandsaw class, which is absolutely awesome. And it's the second video on his channel. And if you own a bandsaw, and if you want to see whether it becomes, you want to use it for artistic purposes, like Richard made the little reindeer things kind of on, he does that kind of stuff, but he will tell you how to tune up your bandsaw to make it the perfect machine all the time. So I'm telling you, this is just one of those DIY helpful hints, go check out Bandsaw Life on YouTube. 2-week-old channel. Subscribe now. You're going to learn something. I guarantee it. That's my shout out. Claire.
Nice.
Claire.
Yes.
My love. Who do you wish to give some love with today?
I am sharing the most love for this guy. His name is Tommy. I don't know if he's here tonight. If he is, he comes up as Rebel. With a number.
There was someone in there called Rebel earlier on.
Oh yeah. So his name is Tommy, and he works in resin and wood, and he's just started, but he's really just started pushing himself on Instagram and getting more and more projects out there. And I came across his Instagram probably a few months back, and I saw this gorgeous carved Celtic knot out of wood, hand carved out of wood, and then he put resin over the top, and I just loved it. So yeah, I think he's super talented. So his Instagram needs to, yeah. So his name's Tommy 2 Parts Resin Art.
Awesome.
Yeah,
nice.
And I think JP's got the link, and he's going to put the link in.
Yeah, and I've given it to Chris. So Chris is going to put it in
great.
Who will then put it in the link, but we don't need to know about that until somebody else leaves the podcast and they find out that I'm the one who does all that shit. Anyway.
Sorry. Okay, Chris is going to put the link in.
No, it's clear. Yeah. I don't need the accolades. I really don't. It's fine.
Chris does everything.
Just for me, what was the Rebel?
So he's on Instagram. He hasn't got a YouTube yet, but his Instagram is Tommy 2 Parts. I like resin,
Tommy
AB.
2 Parts resin, yeah.
Resin
So I wanted
art.
to find it now, you see.
It's Tommy 2 Part _ resin art.
Yeah, resin art. Yeah.
Got it.
Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing. He's really talented, and he's selling as well, which is great. I don't even sell anything. He's already out there selling.
Awesome.
Nice.
Richard, wrap this up.
Yeah. I will try. I'm not quite sure for those listening live whether we're going to do a free win on Instagram, but we are on something else, but not Patreon. But you get it for free, and don't moan because it might happen, and sometimes it might not after party or anything like that. Hopefully we will, because actually, Claire, I just wanted to talk to you about the whole selling thing, or maybe afterwards if anyone is. So that we'll find out later. If you're listening afterwards on one of your fruit or non-fruit based audio listening places, then I think that pretty much does wrap up tonight's show. Thank you for listening. If you're not, then we'll say what we like about you. Claire, thanks for coming on, because genuinely,
thank you so much.
Genuinely 100% awesome. So to Claire, to everyone else listening,
thank you.
Not to Jamie though, but a little bit to Chris. Have a great week, and we will see you next time.
To Claire and to Jamie, you guys have a great week.
Take it easy, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye.